Another year in the life has come and gone. This damn channel somehow hasn't been blammed off the internet, and you guys are still listening to my whining about anything and everything under the sun. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Over these past few weeks, a stark revelation has hit me like a sack of bricks. I'm about to begin year 10 of this arc. A decade when I thought this was going to be a brief flash in the pan. It's surreal as hell. Should I feel like COVID was yesterday, time stops for nothing. Welcome to the grind, it never ends. Well, at least for the YouTube game, it doesn't. 2025 for me was a year of, honestly, a lot of the same. That frustrates me, to be honest. I want to do more. More videos, more content, more variety. There's so many things I want to get to, it's just trying to find the time to do it all. Unfortunately, easier said than done. And that's a broken record. Honestly, I'd say my favorite videos to do this year were Ted Stepien, Reign of Error, and The Art of Negotiation with Jerry Jones. I had to skip the NFL free agency vids for the first one, but honestly, considering the motivations I had at the time and the fun I had making it was a breath of fresh air for me. Seriously, I have 3 legacies of failure and planning stages, but can't get to any of them. It's been 2.5 years since I got one out, and the Dan Snyder one took about 2 weeks of non-stop work to get it over the finish line. But foolish hopes aside, it's been a relatively busy year for me in terms of travel. Combination of family functions and a few YouTube moments. Back in May, I drove down on a whim to Indianapolis to watch an NBA Finals game, and it was well worth it. How many times do you get to see a championship game? If only the people in that arena knew the horrors that would await them about a week later. The biggest event for me, though, was the charity baseball game against the Portland Pickles. Yes, I'm still fucking terrible at baseball. I know. Yes, I shouldn't be anywhere near a ball field. Yes, I should have long given up the lark. And I'm a stubborn bastard and I enjoy it. Well, it'd be a lot better if I could actually get some power on my swing and my throws. And not be a butcher in the field. And not be slow as fuck. And everything else related to sports. Practice for hours and get nowhere. Ain't that fun or what? Yeah, but that'll be my next arc. Failing miserably at sports. People love failure, right? At least it was a great time and I met plenty of awesome people during the event. Both YouTubers on my team and fans that came out for the game. And I also want to give a shout out to my men's league team, mostly for tolerating my shitty play. It's not good. Best way to describe it, I am the Make-A-Wish kid of the team. I have a feeling they want to stab me for obvious reasons, but I bribed them with beer, so I'm not told to fuck off with haste. Go Devils! Otherwise, it's just a bunch of family things that happened. Gatherings, reunions, spending quality time with the people I love, getting sick right after Thanksgiving with the virus going around now, good times. I tend to go through phases with my shit on YouTube. There are times where I get second and third wins and push with everything I have. There are times where my soul pretty much gets ripped out after months of grinding. I feel like the Shaq and the Celtics meme more times than I'd like to admit. And then I have the moments where I'm absolutely frustrated that I'm stuck on one specific topic and can't diversify and make more. Yeah, I know the growth's all but gone, but fuck it. If my time's come to wind down, then so be it. It sucks, but that's the life of this thing. Remember what I've said. We all have an expiration date. Even me. Don't worry, I'm not leaving yet. It's just a mental drain, to be honest. Sports ball's a staple of the channel, but it all but wrecks me once December and January come around. I know it's just me sitting in front of a computer editing, but it's just very time-intensive. Which is why it keeps coming out later and later. Thank the NFL for being chaos. I'm starting to take things year by year with the channel. That's all you can really do when you're this far along with the game. I know I'm washed, I get it. Wouldn't have it any other way. But I feel like that's just part of the evolution of a channel in general. And I want to thank the people who helped to make this into what it is. Its evolution, ebbs and flows and all. First, gotta give massive props to Nick Kovac. He started out as a thumbnail guy and he's really grown into a right-hand man, so to speak. He's taken charge of more than a few videos throughout the year. Some examples, the Justin Tucker bit, the knockoff Steeler merch bit, and most recently, the evolution of the scoreboard. Well, he came to Portland to do a majority of the filming there. I feel his style gives the channel a different flair. And I do edit his scripts to make it more in my tone, but to see him evolve into what he is now, it gives me pride, man. Like a dad watching his teenage son take the car to prom. And he isn't wrecking it. That brings a tear to my eye. Secondly, I have to thank Shing as always. I'm not kidding, if not for him, Sports Ball doesn't even come out on Wednesday. It's not much of a beast these days. And even for building his own business, he's helped me out with the series for years, even for its zanies. Thank you, NFL, for showing no mercy. Amen. I also want to thank Caleb Zane as well. He's the guy who got me out to Indianapolis for the Pacers NBA Finals game back in May. Caleb helps me with a lot of research, mostly with NBA and Major League Baseball. Helps me find certain cracks that I can't find on my own. Plus, he's helping with the research for a certain legacy of failure in the works. One that's long overdue. Lastly, I want to thank Ray Hasenstadt. He's been funneling not only sound effect and music ideas, but he's helped to overhaul my stream overlays this year. It's made them a lot cleaner. It's done a lot of the logos that don the lower corners as well. I know streams aren't exactly my forte, but I enjoy doing them, so it is what it is. But before I end things, I'm gonna do something different this time. Years ago when I was first starting out, a guy named Lemon shouted me out in a video as a YouTuber to watch. Some of you might have even discovered me on that video in 2017. It gave me a boost that I'm grateful for. And I've even met and collabed with Lemon on numerous occasions. It's a really good dude too. But now I think it's time for me to pay that favor forward. I've been watching a number of under-the-radar guys in the sports realm. And these 5 I believe are guys you should watch. I've been waiting a long time for someone to focus on the college football space. I considered it a few years ago, but I'd have had to outsource it. I don't have the in-depth expertise and lack the time to truly give it the love it deserved. Squidtard, however, does. He's a long-suffering Bulls fan. And his college football chaos series is honestly sports ball in college. And I say that with all praise. His production quality's elite, his style's unique, and watching him find his voice has been fantastic. Amazing how I discovered this guy from a reply to a tweet of mine. Best reply I ever saw. There's another guy that's also jumped into the college football scene as well. And this guy I've known long before he started making videos. I remember right when he was a regular user on a few Discord servers of mine. Start small talk and suddenly he was asking me for advice on how to make videos, inside info, advice, stuff like that. And he ran with it. Not only doing a weekly college football series of his own, but his Texas A&M video was a labor of love. He worked alongside Bull Muscle for months to create it. And watching it slowly develop into the masterpiece that it is, give it a look when you get a second. The video's more than worth it. Do you know this guy edits his vids on a phone? Fucking phone. Goes stir crazy after 5 seconds. Okay, Top Frog, the Raiders fan who has to suffer through their miserable seasons forever on end. Ironically, like Squidtard, I found this guy thanks to a YouTube comment highlighting him as another guy who did this sort of thing. He does his own weekly recap of the NFL, but it's a lot more raw and unhinged. Kind of like early sports ball, if I'm being honest. Definitely recommend watching his stuff. He also does a good chunk of general football vids, like the Cardinals' 125 Years of Failure. Very irrelevant franchise indeed. How the hell haven't I gotten to them yet? Sometimes the YouTube algorithm strikes gold. It leads you to an eventual diamond in the rough which you never considered watching. Not only getting you into the channel, but an entirely different sport. This is Futagayama Stable, a competing group in Japanese sumo wrestling. It's a general channel, mostly for sumo practices and stable meals, but it allows me to look at the sumo wrestlers' growth over the years. I'm highlighting this channel because it was my gateway drug. It's allowed me to learn so much more about sumo's intricacies, its traditions, and its intensity, and the shadier, more corrupt aspects. Thank you, JSN, for being the ultimate boys club. It's gotten me to watch coverage of the tournaments every chance I can get. If this channel's not your cup of tea, there are countless other stables that have their own YouTube channels. Take a look at them and fall in love with the sport like I am. Excluding the JSN. If you haven't seen McKelvey's vids yet, you're in for a treat. The production values alone are worth watching this guy. Plus, he's diving deep into overall data, trends, and honestly makes you feel like you've learned something with every video he makes. He's a thinking man's channel. Dude blows my shit out of the water. Go watch him now. You won't regret it. Shit, there are even more in the YouTube space itself that I either don't know exist or haven't had the time to watch. The sports world on this platform has become much more vast since I started, and it's incredible. I've heard stories about people watching me when they were in middle or high school that have established themselves in this space, bringing about the new generation. It honestly feels as sobering as people using my shit to get through rough times in life. Still hear them, it's fucking crazy. And honestly, it's all thanks to you guys. As always, you're the machine that keeps this running. I'm still amazed I've lasted a decade when I thought I'd get cease and desisted in about a year. See where this has taken me? Holy fucking shit. My only regret is I wish I could make more. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. No, am I kidding? We're all getting replaced by AI anyway. I'll be AI, you'll be AI, the bots will still be AI, AI will ban us for random reasons. Such is the life we lead. I look forward to our future overlords. Adapt or die, baby. Only way to live by. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk once again. I look forward to seeing what 2026 brings. Hopefully less shitty baseball on my part. And some damn legacies of failure for once. Have a happy new year, everyone. Have a great weekend and a delicious cold one on me. Whichever one. Your choice. Just pay attention to Jacob Wilson and the acrobatic feats of Denzel Clark.
Hi, Stevie.
What's up, Mace?
I'm naked.
You're naked?
Yeah.
Man, you can't be naked. I don't want to see that.
Why? I have to change.
Well, then change.
In the pool.
Then change. I'm not in the pool because I gotta do work.